All right, gentlemen, for this one, we are going to get into our close quarter combat build for the sniper, exactly how you're going to run it. We're going to pair it with the Bolt SMG, and we will go over the build that I'm running right here. So first, we're going to show you exactly what you want to do to keep your cloak up, keep your SMG reloaded, and just to keep you melting these majors extremely fast. For me, this is like one of the top tier builds in the game, if not the best. So how you're doing this, always start, spend a little ammo, dive into your cloak, and then right out of your cloak into your fire. And then you kind of want to try to concentrate on one enemy, because if you concentrate on one enemy, you're going to have him ready to execute when you come out of your cloak, and then that is going to help you, your cloak just reload a little more. So you're nearly in your cloak, literally like 80% of the operation, maybe like 70%. It's a lot. So I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to dive right into my cloak, come right out with my Bolt SMG already firing. And then I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to dive straight out of this into my cloak. It's going to reload my weapon. And then I'm going to come out firing on this guy. And then obviously, I'm expending a lot more ammo right now just to show you guys this. Obviously, you got to be conscious of ammo. And then if you have, good teammates with you and things like that, ammo is not really going to be an issue. You're not going to be the only one really out here doing damage, like kind of when it is when you're solo. So, a lot of things will change in that facet too. All right, gentlemen, we are going to start right here with our class perks. So when it comes to our class perks for this build right here, we are highly investing in our melee side of the build, because a lot of our range perks just don't work well with the Bolt Carbine. But with that being said, the Bolt Carbine is so strong on its own merit that you really don't need the perks anyway, and you're just going to gain a lot of extra melee damage, which is perfect for this type of build because it is a close quarter combat build. So this is what you're going to want to run right here when it comes to your class perks. And then when we are taking a look at our Bolt SMG build here, you're going to start with 430 ammo. You're going to have 20% increased damage, 10% interminus damage, 50% recoil reduction, and 10% headshot damage just coming from the Bolt Carbine on its own. And then me, personally, I like to run the blocking knife, but you don't have to run the blocking knife with this build. It's completely up to you. You can run the fencing, the balanced. It's just obviously from fencing up to blocking, you're losing damage, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. But the main damage dealer of this build is your Bolt Carbine. So you're not really going to be too worried about it. And even with all your multipliers for your melee damage, even the fencing knife is going to feel extremely strong. So right here, this build, I think it's the funnest one to play on the sniper. It's extremely engaging. You're completely moving constantly. You're always going in and out of your cloak. And I just have a ton of fun with it. I do think this pairs best against, probably, even though I showed this against Tyranid enemies, I would say against Chaos enemies, this is even a stronger build than it does perform against Tyranids. The time to kill against Chaos is a little quicker. With any weapon, they have less hit points. So you're just going through majors so quick and able to execute so fast with this gun against Chaos enemies. It really feels extremely nice. So 100%, I would say if you're not running this build, you want to try this against Chaos enemies. And if you use the technique I showed you with diving into your cloak, firing instantly, you're going to have a lot of success. Now, if you don't have success at first, all it is timing. And I promise you, you pick up the timing very, very quick with this. It's not hard at all. And I would say by an operation or two operations, you're going to be right into the groove that you want to make this build feel amazing.